I thought today we could do a little bit more of a casual video and I would share some random loves. So things I really like but don't perfectly fit into favorites videos at the end of the month. I have everything from a tip to a concept, a YouTuber I really enjoy, and I am me, so I have figured out how to get some beauty related products in here as well. But I don't think I've done a video like this before and I'm really excited, so let's go ahead and get started. I did warn you guys that this is going to be random. My first favorite is a paper towel trick. Do you remember in one of my grocery hauls, I'm showing spinach and I say that I recently read that if you put a paper towel into your spinach container, it will help it last a lot longer. That has been life-changing, and that's a pretty big claim, but I think it's true, and I just cringe to think about how much spinach I've wasted over the years, and I wish I would have known about this sooner. And I have found that, through trial and error, the best results I get are when I put the paper towel on the bottom of the container and then the spinach or whatever kind of lettuce you use sits on top. And the paper towel helps to absorb that excess moisture. And I know a lot of you guys mentioned in the comments of that video that you already do it, but if you are out there and you don't already do this, you must try it at least once because I think it's a pretty fantastic tip. This next thing is more of a concept, so I don't have anything to hold up, but I love Synonyms for Optimism on YouTube. And she still has her channel up. She doesn't make videos very often, but I still follow her on Twitter because I love her. Her name's Julia, and she moved to Sydney, and she's now a fashion editor for an ethical clothing company, and she writes a lot of articles for them, and a lot of times she'll post links to the article on Twitter, and I always try to click through because I love her writing. And one article in particular that really resonated with me is the idea of creating a work wardrobe. And I think of myself as a fairly creative person, and I like clothes and I like expressing myself in clothes, but this year one of my yearly goals was to simplify my morning routine. And a lot of times in the morning, that was a time suck. I would always be thinking about which outfit I wanted to wear, and a lot of times the one piece I thought needed to complete the outfit would have been dirty and in the laundry. So it kind of my morning would just start to deteriorate, and then I would start rushing around, and then by the time I got in the car, my mind was all a jumble. So this idea of creating a work wardrobe, I looked to Loft because that's where I shop for most of my clothes, and I bought, I think now maybe I have 5 of their utility blouses, and they always, every season they come out with these. They're sometimes in different weights. I have some that are a little bit more silky and see-through, some that are more like a full cotton, and I have them in a lot of different colors, and I've worn them in videos before, so you've seen them, a bright blue one, more of a steely gray. I think my favorite is probably this army green one that I have. So I know that I'm going to wear those. So I have them at the end of every week. I wash the ones that need to be washed, and then I steam them, and then they're hung up in a row in my closet. And I know that I will wear those utility blouses with a pair of skinny jeans, a cute pair of cute flats, and then I try to jazz it up with a little bit of jewelry. And the thing I've noticed is that no one has noticed. No one cares. And I don't know if I was trying, I don't know, no one cares, and that's something that's kind of surprising to me. And I think everyone's just consumed with what they're doing, with the things that they have going on in their own life. So I had to really remind myself, and this was a really good exercise to say that I have to dress for myself, not for other people. They don't care what I'm doing. And it's also been a cost-saving thing because I don't feel the need to go out and buy a new dress for every event that comes along. I know that this is what I'm gonna wear. I do think I probably need a pair of dress slacks just for a little bit fancier of events, but overall it's been a huge cost-saving thing. And that way, if I want to go out and splash out and buy a really fun, really unusual dress at Anthropologie to wear to a friend's wedding or something cute to wear to brunch, I can because I've saved so much money and not buying as many work clothes. So I know that's kind of a random thing, but I'm going to link her article down below because she makes some great points. And I've also been reading some books this year about different habits and creating habits. And one thing I think is very interesting is that a lot of very successful people order the same thing for lunch every day, wear the same thing to work every day. That way, the less things that your mind has to process, it lets it be open to do more creative things in your work and in your hobbies. So that's something that I've just been playing around with a little bit more, but the idea of a work wardrobe has been working really well for me. So I will link her article down below and I highly recommend you reading it. These next things are very tangible and very cute. They are the Rifle Paper Company makeup cases, and I love Rifle Paper Company. I have a lot of their notebooks and a lot of their phone cases. So Rifle Paper Company plus makeup, I was just in heaven. So this is probably my favorite pattern. And then the other one I got, this is the perfect size to keep in my purse, and it fits a lot of lip products. I have my blotting sheets, floss sticks, things like that. And I like to think of myself as this little redheaded lady in the towel. These are just adorable. And I didn't even say it at the beginning of the video, but I did put together a little gift box with some of my favorites that I'm gonna share today. So if you're interested in entering, I will list everything down below, but stay till the end. but those might be in that box. The next two things are both for your hair. This first is the Claron shower cap, and I didn't even think a shower cap could ever be a favorite, but this one is special. It is a little bit oversized because I'll be honest, my head is a little bit larger than most, and it's also lined with terry cloth, which makes it so comfortable. It works really well. It's actually really easy to clean. It's machine washable. So you just flip the shower cap inside out, put it in the machine. You just don't want to put it in the dryer. You just hang it to dry. So I've washed it already a few times. It washes perfectly. And then the other thing, this has been quite a while ago. I was talking about how frustrating my frizzy hair was, and a commenter said that I was really exacerbating the frizz by using my Turby Twist, and I had never heard that before. So of course I Googled alternatives to the terry cloth or microfiber Turby Twist. And the first thing that came up, which let me read the label, it's called a Hubbaloo, and literally the description of this is alternative to terry cloth and microfiber hair towels. So this is made of 100%, I think it's rayon from bamboo. Yeah, rayon from bamboo. So it feels like a super soft t-shirt, but it's cut the same way that Turby Twists are. So you do it exactly the same way. When your hair's wet, you flip your head over, drape this, twist it, and then fling it back. I love this so much. The only thing I miss is that my Turby Twist had a little bit of elastic that the tail could slip through, but other than that, this dries my hair just as quickly as those do, but I do think I've seen a little bit less frizz, and it seems like this is just a little bit kinder to my hair, and I love the peach color. I think this was called Petal. I ordered mine off of Amazon, but I think they do some specials on their website, so I will link those down below too. The last thing in my beauty category is women business owners, and when my friends and I went to Union Market in DC, I put up a little vlog footage of that, but it was so amazing to be able to support women who are just putting everything behind their dreams, just giving it their all. You have Tara of Folane, Becky from Be Clean, Susanna Compton from Fluorescent Perfume. So it was such a great experience, and it was really inspiring. And then here on YouTube, my friend Teri Miyahira, she owns her own company as well called Nuvo Organica. And they just released their first skincare item. It's called the Ultra Hydrating Facial Moisturizer 100% Organic. And it has some awesome ingredients: shea butter, coconut oil, argan oil, evening primrose oil, rosehip oil, and I believe there's also frankincense in here. And I've been really enjoying this. It looks like a cream in the pot, but you need the tiniest bit. So I take a little bit, I get a little wooden spatula, put a tiny bit between my fingers, and then once you warm it up between your fingers, it turns into an oil. So I've been using this in the morning right before I use my SPF. And then I also use it at night after I put on my Luna oil from Sunday Riley. I let that sink in for a second, and then I put this over top. And it has been working really well for me, and I'm just so proud of Teri. She's selling this off of Amazon, and Teri sent me this, and she also sent me another one to include in the gift box, so one of you guys will be able to try it. I'll also link Teri's YouTube channel down below because I think she puts up some of the most thorough reviews out of everybody that I watch on YouTube. I'm going to touch on entertainment really quickly, and I wish I could be a booktuber because I love reading. I'm just so bad about verbalizing why I liked a book. Most of my reviews come down to I liked it or it kept me up at night, and that's about as far as I can go. But I do love reading, and I think my two favorite reads so far this year are both fairly recent. I loved The Martian, and I also loved The Quiet Game. So I will link my Goodreads down below if you're interested in reading the synopsis of either of those books, but I really enjoyed them. And then a magazine that I've been loving is called Thoughtfully, and this also issue 1 made an appearance in one of my Whole Foods hauls. That's where I buy this. I think you can buy it at Whole Foods, like different select like health grocery stores, and you can order it online in either the print or the digital copy. This issue in particular had so much makeup inspiration. Of course, I dissected everything that they put on Josie Maran. And then also, let me show you really quick. Joy from Joyous Health also makes an appearance, and I love her, and so she has a great article in here. So if you see this magazine at Whole Foods, I highly recommend it. I think issue 2 is pretty much sold out, both in-store and online, and Thoughtfully was nice enough to send me a brand new copy, so that will also be in the gift box. I'm really excited for one of you guys to be able to read it, and I think issue 3 is set to come out really soon, so I will be buying that when I see it at Whole Foods. The last thing in entertainment is a Netflix show, and I love when I get really into a show and just watch it back to back. but my favorite shows are ones where Jeremy and I both like to watch them. And my friend Diana, who gives me all of the best recommendations, she would not stop talking about Daredevil on Netflix. So one night I was on the elliptical and I watched the first episode and I was like, this is so good. It's not what I had imagined it was going to be at all. When I think Daredevil, I think that Ben Affleck movie, and that's not what this Netflix series, it's an original Netflix series. It has more of that Batman Begins feeling. So I watched the first few episodes and then I just kept thinking that Jared would just love this. So one night when he came home from work, I said, I'll rewatch episode 1 with you, and he loved it. So we powered through that series so quickly. I think there were 13 episodes. Even if you're not super into superheroes, I think that series is still really good. I love YouTube, which shouldn't come as any surprise, and 99.9% of all my subscriptions are beauty channels. That's what I like, that's what I like to watch. And one thing about YouTube that I never got was this draw of the daily vloggers, and they have millions of subscribers and people get so invested, and I just never got it. But a couple weeks ago, I was looking up something about my little black camera, and so I had just Googled it and a video popped up, and it was a video by Casey Neistat. And he is a professional filmmaker, but about, I think it's like 89 days ago, he decided to start daily vlogging. And one of these videos that came up when I typed in my camera was one of his videos. And I have just become obsessed. Whereas like every morning I have like now my new little routine. When I get to work, I make myself a cup of coffee, I sit down and I watch Casey's daily vlog, and then I get started with my day. And I was trying to think of why I like it so much and why I'm so drawn. He is a professional filmmaker, and I think the purpose of these vlogs is that he started his own company and he's getting ready to release an app, which I don't even know what it is, but I'll probably download it just to support him and his family. But he got away from making movies. So he started daily vlogging as a creative outlet, something to get him, you know, in the habit again. The scenes he gets are amazing. They all take place in New York City, or at least most of them when he's not traveling. That's his home base, that's where he lives, and that's where he works. And just the scenery of New York, I just love it. And he has this very vivacious personality where he puts these almost like little like motivational speeches in each. And he's all about working harder and just doing more with your life. So they're just the perfect thing to watch first thing in the morning. And I get a little bit of inspiration and then I shut it down and then I start my own work. And I think Jer has gotten annoyed because I've just been like telling him all about Casey and his wife. I think his wife has one of the biggest attitudes on YouTube, and I love it. I think she's fantastic. I wish she would be in each of his vlogs, and they have a really cute baby. I don't know, I just love it. Okay, I need my phone for these last two things. The first is someone I want to recommend you follow on Instagram if you love planners or stationery. Her name is Lorena, and her username is EastLaRue, I think. I'll of course link it down below. Lorena has some of the prettiest pictures of planners on the entirety of Instagram. She has such tasteful designs. You guys know that I'm not super into doing a lot of decorating, but everything that she does is so tasteful. She has amazing handwriting. She hand draws these little banners. She's really into Rifle Paper Company, so I like a lot of her accessories. Okay, I had to change my battery, so I can't really remember where I left off, but I myself have just dipped my toes into stickers and I haven't gone crazy. I still like everything to look really clean. But I have found some stickers that I think add to my planner. And I was thinking about doing an update. We're about halfway through the year, so I thought I could show you if I'm still liking my inkwell, how things have changed with how I'm using it, and what I plan to do for the upcoming year. So if you'd like to see that video, let me know down below, but please go follow Lorena if you're into that at all. I think you would just really like her, and she just seems like a really nice person. A lot of you know that I wear a Fitbit every day to count my steps, and my family and I do a work week hustle each week where we're in like a competition about who can get the most steps. And every single week, for the most part, I am in dead last. And I think it's because I'm the only one really with a sit behind the computer from 9 to 5 every day type job. So I either have to wake up so early in the morning or come straight home from work and then start walking if I want to have any chance of being in the top 3. So I asked Jer what the easiest way to like set a reminder on my phone to get up and walk during the day. And he found an app, and I believe it was free, and it's called the Stand Up app. And you basically, when you download it, you set up a parameter. So I said Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. remind me every hour on the hour to get up and walk. And it just chimes almost like you're getting a little text message, and it just reminds me. You'd be surprised if you get really into a task behind the computer just how long you can sit. So if you're somebody who has that kind of job similar to mine and you're wanting to get up and move around a little bit more, which is so good for your health. I've read all the studies about how sitting all day every day is so bad for you. So I think that this little app, it's free. I think it's just a nice step in the right direction. Whew, can you guys tell how hot it is in here? If I look a little bit extra glowy, that's what's going on. It is toasty toasty in my house. But before I end this video, I wanted to quickly go over everything that's going to come in the gift box. The first thing was provided by Thoughtfully, and it is their issue 2, which I'm so excited for one of you guys to read. And then from me, I got you both of the Rifle Paper Company makeup bags that I have, the larger one and the small one with all the ladies on it. And this is not something I talked about today because it is a forever favorite, and I have featured it on my channel 1 million times. It is the Citrus Zinger water bottle, and they recently came out with some new colors. I fell in love with this plum shade. I have one of my own, and it's my favorite like everyday take to work water bottle. So I got one of those for you. And then Teri contributed one of her ultra hydrating facial moisturizers, and I'm so excited to see what you guys think of this. Just remember, if you do win it, that you just need the tiniest amount to get it to work. And then last but not least, the world's fanciest shower cap. This is the terry cloth lined Clairon shower cap. So that is everything that's going to be in this gift box. Since I'm mailing it myself, it will be open internationally. If you are interested in entering, I will have all the giveaway rules written down below. That is all for me today, and let me know what you thought about this video, if you enjoyed it, if you would like to see one like it every once in a while, and come back because next week we're going to be back to beauty. It's going to be all of my favorite beauty products from the last month, and I had a very good month in terms of beauty products. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you very soon with a new video.